Today on 3D Printed Thursday, we're taking a look at a really unique GoPro mount. This is the shoe mount for your GoPro camera. If you want to find the actual files for this mount, you can check them out. They're linked in the video description. It was posted on My Mini Factory. A huge props to the guy who built it and designed it. He actually made two versions of it. One of them has a GoPro, a 3-post GoPro mount on it, and the other one has a buckle mount adapter, so you can decide on which one better suits your needs. Let's dive right in and talk about how this print performed. I'm continually plagued with problems with my M3D. Either prints jam, don't work, or just bed adhesion problems. So this mount started to curve a little bit of the edges, but it's okay. It came out and it still functions perfectly despite a small curve on the bottom of it. And then you basically just lace it onto your shoes. So there's 3 big holes on each side. You unlace your shoes and relace it, passing the laces of your shoe through those holes. Then you just throw in your GoPro camera and you're ready to go shoot. Now it is helpful to snug up your runners a little bit extra when you're putting them on, or whatever shoes you're mounting them to. And you just throw your GoPro camera on and start shooting. For the test footage, I shot at a high frame rate, expecting to have to slow it down in post to cut down on that vibration. And that is something that if you're using them running or in a higher impact kind of use, you are going to want to do. Always the ability to slow something down takes out a huge amount of vibration that enters shots, especially when using small action cameras. So it's always a good idea to shoot at a high frame rate so that you have that ability to slow it down in post. But overall, the footage looks pretty cool. I was surprised by how good the shot looks. Now, I just used it walking around, and the footage is kind of unique, but not something you're going to use every day. It kind of feels like your camera's being dragged across the ground as you walk forward. I think this mount would be really cool if you built it for, say, biking. If you put this shoe mount on when you're biking, your foot stays level the whole time when you're going around your pedal strokes. You would get some cool, a cool motion of seeing the bike move by the side, and then that continued the same framing of the actual action going on around the bike while the bike's moving beside. It would be probably something to include as a really short clip in a bit of an edit. So it is something I would like to play with a little bit more. I will probably be using this biking in the future, although to do that I may build a DIY version of this mount that is more accessible to people without 3D printers, because it's a really simple mount and it would be cool to have it as something that anybody could build even without a 3D printer. I also think a shoe mount like this would be cool in situations like skydiving, where you're not really putting your foot into a huge amount of vibration, but maybe the extension off your body would allow you to get a pretty neat framing on a shot. I don't think using a shoe mount like this would be very good for sports like soccer or any kind of track and field sports with running, because the amount of change in angle that your camera is going to go through is really going to start to disturb the person watching and going to make them feel a little bit seasick. So try and stick to using mounts like this in scenarios where the framing of the shot and the angle of your foot stays quite steady throughout the shot. Guys, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my channel for lots more videos. If you've got ideas for future 3D Printed Thursdays, or mounts that you've made, or mounts you'd like to see printed, you can send those to me, and there's plenty of social links down below. You can get me on any of those, and I would love to check them out. It's great to bring the community in on these and share what you guys are working on. So if you've got something, make sure you send it to me. But most of all, guys, until next time, thank you very, very much for watching.